Kamaru Usman opened up about experiencing intense flashbacks of his brutal head kick knockout loss to Leon Edwards during the 5th round of his recent fight against Joaquin Buckley at UFC Atlanta on June 14. Coming off 3 consecutive losses, the Nigerian Nightmare managed to bounce back with a dominant win, but revealed in a candid interview with Brett Okamoto that he doubted himself in the later rounds, haunted by memories of his UFC 278 defeat. Despite the internal battle, Usman is now focused on reclaiming the welterweight title and has his sights set on a potential superfight against current middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis. With du Plessis slated to defend his title against Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319 on August 16, Usman shared his future ambitions in a recent TMZ Sports interview, signaling that he's not only back in the win column, but back in the championship hunt. Usman's return to form has reignited discussions about his place among the elite in the UFC, with fans and analysts praising his mental resilience and tactical prowess against Buckley. Though the welterweight division remains stacked with rising contenders, Usman believes his experience and championship pedigree still make him a force to be reckoned with. He emphasized that while the road back to the title is challenging, he's more motivated than ever, especially with the possibility of making history as a 2-division champion. As the MMA world turns its attention to UFC 319 and the showdown between du Plessis and Chimaev, Usman is staying ready, hoping the stars align for a chance to step into the octagon once more, this time with legacy-defining stakes on the line. Usman's desire to face Dricus du Plessis isn't just about belts, it's about proving that he still belongs among the sport's greats. The former welterweight champion believes his style, wrestling dominance, and experience in 5-round wars would pose a serious challenge for anyone at middleweight, including the South African champion. While critics question whether he can handle the size and power of middleweights, Usman remains confident, citing his training with larger fighters and his championship mindset. He also acknowledged the importance of timing, suggesting that if du Plessis emerges victorious against Chimaev, the UFC could be intrigued by the prospect of a high-stakes, cross-divisional showdown between 2 of Africa's most decorated MMA stars. For now, Usman is staying sharp, back in training, and mentally prepared for whatever opportunity comes next, be it a welterweight title eliminator or a massive middleweight clash that could cement his place in history as one of the few to conquer 2 UFC divisions. With his legacy on the line, Usman understands that every move from here must be calculated. He's not rushing into just any fight, wants bouts that elevate his status and bring him closer to either reclaiming his welterweight crown or making history at middleweight. Beyond his physical preparation, Usman is also focusing heavily on mental strength, openly discussing how overcoming doubt has become as crucial as any opponent he faces in the cage. His transparency about battling past demons, especially the Edwards knockout, has resonated with fans, adding a layer of humanity to the former champ's narrative. As the division unfolds and matchups take shape post-UFC 319, Usman is poised to insert himself into the title conversation, whether by calling out the winner, accepting a high-profile eliminator, or even stepping in on short notice should opportunity arise. The Nigerian Nightmare's resurgence is no longer a question of possibility. It's a matter of when, where, and how spectacularly he chooses to write his next chapter. Thanks for watching.